So I had a question, Rita. When you said mid-toned, and I pulled out, I have a bunch of color art spectrum papers, and most of them look really dark to me. So mid-tone, you're thinking of a beige or a cream or a gray that's more on the light side. I have trouble measuring tone.
I would call those light tones, what you just said.
Oh, okay. So let me show you what I'm
Mid-tone is basically anything that's not black or white. It's in the middle somewhere.
Okay, so any of these colors would be fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to think he's got a lot of oranges in him. Your painting does. And I thought, well, maybe green, but I've got 2 blues that are pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. Anything you want.
Okay.
Anything. I debated. I had these papers laying around that I had prepped up for somebody else's workshop. And I was just like, well, it's not really that red. I mean, but it really doesn't matter. I could have used this bluish greenish one or I decided to use this, the one that had more of the colors that I thought I saw in him. But I also used a little bit the corner. I used the corner that had, where did I cut that off from? I cut it off from like over here. I used the corner that had some more red just because I thought that might be a little bit exciting, maybe.
So you wanted us to have a sanded paper, right? So
whatever. I said I was going to use a sanded surface or sanded paper.
Okay.
But the first time I did this owl, the first time I painted him, which this was the original right here, that was just on Canson.
Yeah, me tints. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about trying that. I have only gray or white. I've got the packet of grays, and that seemed a little dull to me. And then tone it. So
this is almost completely covered. This paper on this original here.
Okay.
So and I never know how it's going to turn out. I never know. I try not to go into paintings with any expectations.
Yeah.
Well, almost never.
Yeah.
Some of the ones I plan very carefully, and the ones I want to like figurative work and that kind of thing. But for these little ones, I just like to jump in and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I thought these were really dark. So, but if you're saying it's anything but black, so this would count. These would count as mid-tone. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to figure out because that if I held my grayscale thing up, these would be way in the darker range, I think, but I didn't do that. So.
Yeah. Well, he's got a lot of dark shadows and dark feathers in him.
Yeah.
So, not having to put all that dark in there with the pastel might be helpful.
Yeah. So maybe with complement a blue instead of the green, one of the blues, maybe. Yeah. Okay. That's the other thing is, do you always pick the complement or do you pick something that's similar to what, I've read all these theories and everybody seems to have their own idea.
I don't like the word always.
Yeah.
Just toss that out.
Okay.
You don't ever have to always do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can sometimes do something. You can frequently do something. If you land on a particular paper color that you really like, well, go ahead and use it all the time for a while.
Until you get bored, right?
There are no absolutes in art.
Okay.
It should be a journey. It should be fun.
Yeah.
To try things.
Well, these sessions with you are always fun, but I tend to watch and then go back and watch again, paint along with the recording so I can stop it and stuff like that. But,
yeah.